Mommy, why are you not talking?
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm supposed to say anything. You tell me.
You can't hear her?
I can see Egg pull the
I can hear a little bit, but I can't understand what you're saying.
pull the screen up so I can see your full face.
What you say, Connie?
I can only see your eyes. Move the screen so I can see your whole face.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted to see me. I didn't comb my hair.
Well, it's all right. You do what's comfortable, but that's better.
Okay.
I still can't see your whole face, but that's all right. You do you.
I don't understand this stuff too well. What do you want me to do?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you slightly.
Okay, we got to get this volume fixed because I need to be able to hear what you
She's in the
say.
kitchen trying to get some kind of earplugs for me.
Okay,
Headphones.
because
My phone, my speaker, it's not as loud as
Robin, I can hear you, but you can't hear me, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay, because
she's
she's about to do an interview with the family. So she'll call you back. I love you. Okay, bye-bye.
I don't hear nothing now.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Now talk.
Now can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, really loud.
All right, I won't.
She's turning it down.
All right,
Okay,
I won't talk that loud.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, all right, Shawnee, we're recording, right?
Do you want to be on video?
No, I don't know nobody see me.
It's
Yeah.
too late now. She already see
Oh my goodness.
That's all right. I just see your
I
nose.
didn't notice. I had to fix myself up a little bit.
Robin, I only saw her nose, so it's not that bad.
They ain't gotta see you.
Okay. So now you don't have to see me. Okay. I didn't comb my hair or nothing.
Well,
Okay.
I gave you plenty of notice. Oh, but you didn't get the email, Robin, right?
You didn't get me
Oh, she
nothing.
didn't get the email.
Okay.
All right, so first on Egg, we're gonna, well, first of all, thank you for doing this. I know you hadn't prepared for it because Robin didn't get the email, but what we're doing is for the next 3 Sundays at 2:00, we would like to have a few minutes to talk to you about who you are and growing up, and just to get some background and some history about you. And
Okay.
we want to do this because, you know, we've been having these family reunions for 60 years now, and there's strength in every family's story. And for a lot of us, it's important to talk about who we are and where we've come from, and to personalize the people in our family that mean so much to us. You know, when we think back on our relatives and our mothers and fathers, we remember them and their personality and what they liked and didn't like. But it's hard for the grandkids to know that because they don't remember them or didn't have the opportunity to meet them. So what we're trying to do is just to write down some interesting facts and to highlight some of the things about you so we can pass it down from generation to generation.
Okay.
So we're going to start with you and Daddy, and then it's going to be me and G and Diane, because believe it or not, we're the next first cousin round after, you know, after the brothers and sisters.
Okay.
G and Diane and me and Linda, and Kathy, we're the next group. So
okay.
So Shawnee is on the genealogy committee with me, and so is G. And Diane has done a lot of stuff. I know Diane called you a couple of years back and asked you some questions about your brothers and sisters, and she put together that little blurb that we had in the 50th about the brothers and sisters. You remember that?
No, I don't. if you say some couple of
Okay,
things, it might come back to me.
okay. So just, this is not difficult, and I just want you to relax and start to try to take your memory back to growing up in Suffolk and Mahan Street and high school and all those kinds of things, because that's what we're going to talk about. All right.
Okay. Okay.
So let's start with the basics. Give me your full name.
Ethyl Gwendolyn Goode Ingram.
Okay. And your parents were Rufus Goode and Viola Jeanette Hawkins,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you're the ninth child and the
I'm the
third.
10th child. I'm the 10th child.
You're the 10th child.
Yes. It was a girl. Oh,
No,
2
I know
years.
there's 10, but are you younger than Uncle Roy or older than
I'm
Uncle
the
Roy?
baby.
Oh, I should have known that.
Mhm.
I remember, how many times do I remember hearing that? Oh, I'm the baby. I'm the baby in the family.
Yes,
All
right.
right. So it was, let's see, George, Ophelia, Ernest, James, Rufus, Viola, Gladys, Bill,
Right.
Roy, and Ethel. Okay. So Aunt Egg is the baby of
That's
the
right.
family. All right. All right. So you're the 10th child and the third daughter of Rufus Egg. Okay.
Yes.
So
I'm the fourth daughter, and that one died before I was born.
oh
She was a
yeah, that's
girl.
right. And the fourth
Okay.
daughter. Okay.
Mhm.
I changed that. Okay. All right. So just relax a little bit and tell me a little bit about your parents, if you know them. Like, do you know where your daddy grew up? Did he grow up in Suffolk, or did he come from North Carolina? Or have you ever heard any stories
West
about
Virginia.
West
West Virginia. Mhm. And he was originated from Barbados. Now I don't know too much about that,
Okay.
but that's where he was born, I think. Then he went to West Virginia, and then to Suffolk.
Okay. But originally he said he was from Barbados.
Mm-hmm. From what I can remember.
Okay. And from West Virginia to Suffolk.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever talk about how he got from West Virginia or why he came from West Virginia? I think
No,
go ahead.
no, he never explained that to me. During that time, they didn't tell kids too much about what was going on.
I
We
know
knew
that's right.
as it happened. As
Yeah.
it happened, but they didn't go into detail.
Okay.
But I know he was a contractor. He did a lot of things. He was contractor, painter, fixed cars. He was they said master some can't think of the sayings now, but he mastered a lot of things. But mainly he built houses and drew his own blueprints, and he was very good at things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But a fourth grade education, but he was just God gifted with all the talents he had.
Wow. Okay. Do you remember your granddaddy at all?
No, I just remember R.P. Goode was his daddy. He was a preacher. Now I don't remember my mother's daddy too much, but that was Hawkins. I don't remember him too much. All I remember my grandmother, Nora Dora Hawkins. I know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now her name was Nora Dora.
Right. That's where Gladys got her middle name from. Gladys Nora Dora. She hated it.
Nora Dora. Wow.
Right.
Okay. So
wait a minute, Connie. So it's come to me that I think one grandmother was Nora and one was Dora, and she was named after both of them.
okay.
Now, I think my mother's name, my mother's mother was Nora.
Right.
So
and Dora was your daddy's mother.
Right, from what I can remember.
Okay, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay, so RP was a preacher.
Yes, that's my daddy's mama. My mother's father's father.
Yes. So let's talk about your daddy's people for a minute. Do you know where RP preached, or did he go around from place to place? I
don't know that. Only thing I know, I should see in this robe as a picture. I never seen him myself to remember. All
Okay,
I saw was pictures
I've
of him.
seen that picture of him at the road, but I was
Right.
trying to figure out if he preached at Macedonia because I
No,
know.
I don't think so. I can't say no for sure, but I don't remember that.
Okay,
Mhm.
so, okay, so when you were little, where do you remember the first place that you lived? Was it on Mahan Street or do you
Yes,
remember?
they say they brought me down to Mahan Street when I was about 6 months old.
Okay,
But my brothers and all of them was raised on, I think it was Cadoi. I can't think of that street.
okay,
But I never lived there. I was about 6 months old when they brought me to Mahan Street, so I grew up there.
okay,
117 Mahan Street.
117 Mahan Street,
Mhm.
okay. And tell me a little bit about, did they tell you anything about, you remember stuff as a kid? What did you like to do and what did you like to eat or where did you like to play or who you played with? Stuff like that. Any old?
I played we had a big field beside our house. We used to
Yeah.
play croquet and play basketball and dodgeball with each other. We didn't play too much with other kids too much. We were a family, we played together most of the time. But
Yeah,
everybody came there for, everybody come visit us. My mom always feed them. She had a lot of food and things, and desserts and things she used to make for people. But we played mostly in our own yard. We couldn't go out too much. That's when we were very small. But then
right.
growing up, I was very active in school, basketball player and cheerleader and sang in the choir. Um,
Did you?
Honor society. I was just very active in school.
Okay. So I take it you liked school.
I loved it. I would lie about. I won't say lie. If I didn't feel good, I didn't admit it. I just
Yeah.
would go anyway.
You go to school sick, right?
I didn't want to miss a day.
I'm old myself, but in my brain, this lady's name popped in my head yesterday. Do you tell me who Miss Helen Holman was?
The teacher. Oh, she was a music teacher, and
Oh,
growing up,
she was,
and then music teacher at our church and at school.
that's what it is. So her name,
Yes,
Helen
Helen
Holman.
Holman.
I
Her
don't
husband
know.
was Harry Holman.
I don't know why that name popped in my head. I must have been a little kid. I don't.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
were little. You were little.
I
She
don't.
was she did a lot of music. She was music genius. She played she took our choir, our junior choir, and school choir, glee club they called it.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And so,
Helen Holman.
yeah.
Her name was. Diane was asking who that was. Helen Holman in that class. We grew up. She was a teacher in
Mhm.
school, a music teacher.
Okay. And when you were in high school, did you have a favorite teacher?
Yes, this Miss Van. I loved her. She's my English teacher.
Miss Van?
Yes.
She was your English teacher?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then my home economics teacher was my really home economics, Ms. Wright.
Mrs. Wright?
Irma Wright. Irma Wright. That was my home economics teacher. Irma, IRMA, Irma
Okay,
Wright.
IRMA.
Mhm.
Okay. And Aunt Egg, down the street, Miss Theta Gale used to live down the
Oh
street.
my goodness, yes, she did. She was a nice, everybody was afraid of her. She
I was
very, very
scared to
stern.
death.
Oh, yes.
But did you ever have her as a teacher?
Yeah, she was my fourth grade
Oh,
teacher.
she taught elementary school.
Mhm.
That lady was so
She was the
tall.
principal. She was the principal of elementary school.
She was the principal, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She used to
And Mr.
scare me
Peel
to
was the
death.
principal of high school.
Who was the principal?
Peel,
Oh, Mr. Peel.
Peel,
Mr.
uh-huh.
Peel.
Yes, he was
P-A-L-E. Yeah, I
yeah, he was
remember
at
that
high
name.
school. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Miss Fleeta Gale scared me to death.
She scared everybody. She roared, but she was very fair. She scared everybody the same, very stern. You do what you say or else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So so the people that you played with and had fun with and played basketball with. You said you liked Mrs. Wright the best. She was your home ec teacher.
Yes.
Um,
And Miss
So
Van was my favorite teacher. It's the two of them are
the two
real
of them,
close to me.
right? Okay, so did you enjoy cheerleading in high school?
Oh yes, I loved it. All
you-
sports.
Yeah, and you,
I was the captain of the basketball team.
wow.
Mhm. And I was on honor society every semester. If I got a B, I was angry. I wanted all A's.
Oh my gosh.
If I get one A, I would cry almost.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody
That-
told me I was crazy, so I'd be glad to love my B's. I don't want
Wow.
to see a B on my card.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Straight A's. On honor society, as far as I can remember, I always had all A's.
Oh my
And a
gosh.
B every now and then.
Yeah. And I
And I was
remember,
salutatorian in my class.
huh?
I was salutatorian in my class.
You were the salutatorian.
I missed the valedictory about not even the whole point.
Wow.
My average for 4 years was 94, and the valedictory was 94 and I had a remainder.
Oh
So I
my
wouldn't even the whole
gosh.
point.
Oh,
the 4
man, I know
years.
you were mad.
Oh, I was. And I had to speak at graduation. I introduced the speaker
Yeah.
at graduation.
Oh,
And I was Miss Senior too.
you were Miss Senior? Yeah.
Mhm.
Listen, Uncle Roo always said you were a hot shot in high school.
I was.
You was, he says quietly.
But you know who's left out, and I'm a little upset over it, is Top. I call her Top.
Uh-huh.
She was like a daughter to mommy.
Yeah,
She's always at my house.
right.
You know, she didn't hardly want to be home at all. And she was homecoming queen.
Oh my gosh.
She and Bill was in the same class, and Roy and I was in the same class.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow. So Bill, you
She
and
skipped a grade and got in Bill's class, and Roy, yeah, he missed a lot of time out of school because he worked with Dad a lot.
yeah.
So that's how we got in the same class.
Okay.
Uh,
And so you said Aunt Sylvia and Uncle Roy, Uncle Bill were in the same class.
right.
All right.
He won all the dancing contests that I ever had, and
Who?
Roy was in all the singing contests.
Who would win the
Uncle Roy.
dance? Yeah, but who would win the dance?
Bill
Bill?
and Top Sylvia. Aunt
Okay.
Sylvia.
All the
Mhm.
dancing contests, and Uncle Roy would do all the singing.
Uh-huh. And I made all the A's.
You made all the A's. Good for you, girl. The stuff that was important.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
listen. So in high school, you sang the Glee Club too, or not?
Yes.
Yeah,
All of us are always singing.
always in singing in the Glee Club.
And Roy had all the lead songs.
Yeah, Uncle Roy sang. You know, I was.
Bill too.
I don't want to get off on Uncle Roy because this is all about you, but
Okay.
we were talking the other day about how Uncle Roy went to Hollywood.
Yes.
And it was amazing because that's something that most of the young kids didn't know about. And G was like, yeah, I was watching him on TV that night. He was singing on TV. So, well, I don't know who.
And Marie was a good singer too. Marie, our
Right.
cousin.
So,
Yeah, she sing on the radio too.
yeah. So I, at some point, maybe on our next meeting, I want you to tell me about how Dickie and Marie are related, because I know Marie's mother.
Marie was Uncle Elijah's daughter and Aunt
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, Aunt Joe. And
The only child.
I don't know how Dickie, I think Dickie was on the other side of the family.
Yeah, Dickie was. I'm trying to think. Dickie was on Mama's side.
Yeah.
I think one of the sisters that I didn't know, but one sister named Thelma. But I think one of those sisters was his mother.
Okay.
That's how he got in the family.
The other thing, G said he didn't remember that Marie had a sister. I said, yes, she had a sister.
No, she didn't. All her sisters and brothers died as a kid.
No, there was somebody named Mary Louise or somebody?
I don't know anything about Mary Louise.
Yeah,
Marie grew up by herself.
well, there's a girl,
Mm-mm.
Thelma Louise.
Aunt Thelma was Mama's sister.
Yeah, no, but there's somewhere in my notes I have I'll look it up before the next meeting. But anyway,
Because Marie was the only child. And Aunt Jo, they cherished her because she lost so many kids before Marie was the only one they grew up.
oh,
They all
really?
died as kids, as babies.
Oh, they all died early, huh?
She's the only one they raised was Marie.
Right. Okay.
So, who's that girl you said name? I don't remember that name in my life.
Her name was I can't I think her name was Mary Louise or Mary Louise. I can't I'll look it up. I know I got it somewhere, but anyway. So
God is not Marie's sister. Well, that's the
okay.
one that died before I knew anything about.
Okay. And they lived on Lee Street, right?
That's right. Down from the school.
Yeah. And you were probably too little, but you know that for a while RP used to live with them, right?
I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember that? Okay. All right. So Ane, when you got out of high school, what you do?
I went to Washington with sis by and stayed with her, and I worked days. And see, I went to school at day. Yeah, I worked nights and I went to school days because I went to business school.
Okay.
And then I left there and went to Syracuse.
Okay.
I stayed in Washington almost 10 years with sis.
Okay, almost 10 years. Okay. Then went to Syracuse. All right.
And now, stay there forever.
Yes. And only through the grace of God did we get you out of Syracuse.
That's right.
To some warmer weather.
Yes. Robin asked me, can we move? Can we please move? She was so tired of snow. I finally told her yes. We can move.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So when you were a kid, before you left high school, when was the first time that you were aware of what was going on, like in the world or in the news? It was like during the war, or was it that it wasn't?
I had 5 brothers in the service. I'm saying Uncle James, Uncle Roy, Uncle Ernest, and Uncle Bill. I had four brothers in the service at once. I couldn't hardly stand to look at a army picture because it was so sad.
I know.
Ernest was an MP in the army in California most of the time. Jim was overseas. He don't even like to talk about it because he had a silver plate in his head because he was wounded in the army.
Who, Daddy?
He got a silver plate. He don't like to talk about it.
Well, you know what? That slit in the back of his head. When I was little, I used to ask Daddy, "What happened here? Why you have this?"
He wouldn't talk about it, would he?
No,
he didn't like to talk about it.
He doesn't.
He didn't like to talk about it. There was a silver plate in his head.
Oh, he never.
He was almost left for dead, and he got over it. So it's something he don't like to talk about at all.
Wow.
And Uncle Royce and Uncle Rufus stayed in. He didn't go any further in Norfolk. He was in the Navy, and he was stationed in Norfolk this whole 4 years.
Wow, he was the lucky one. How did he manage that?
I don't know that. And he come home before the check because they send checks to the parents before the check to get their Rufus there to get most of the money.
Oh no!
He need the check to Mama.
Wow. Wow.
But they all took it. They always took care of Mama though.
Yeah. And what part of the service was Uncle Roy in?
He was in. Wait a minute.
No, Roy wasn't in the service.
I don't know. He didn't go to the army.
No. Uncle Roy
because he got married so quick.
He had too many. He had too many babies.
That's right. He didn't go to the army at all.
No.
He was 14. He got in the first time he got married. He was 14 or 15 to Virginia.
To Virginia.
Uncle Roy Jr.'s mother.
Right.
Virginia was her name.
Right. And
They got married and she stayed with him till the baby was born and she went back home to her mama.
oh my,
Because she was so kid, she was so young, you know.
yeah,
She
yeah.
was away from her mother.
So, but she just had Roy Jr., that's it.
That's the only one I know anything about. Mhm.
Okay. And then before long, he was messing with Clarice because,
That's Serena's mother.
yeah.
I don't think he ever married her. I don't think.
I don't think either, but
He married Evelyn.
he came to Syracuse with Clarice, stayed at our house when we lived on Washington Street before we moved to Castle Street. He and Clarice came and brought the baby.
Clarice, yeah. Claretta. Clarice. Claretta was Ernest first. He didn't marry her, but he was with her for a long time. Her name was Claretta White. But Clarice, I can't remember. Did I call her? I know it was Clarice, but I don't know. I can't remember what I called her.
Wasn't Clarice like a Aunt Evelyn's cousin or something? No.
No, Doretha and Evelyn was
Doretha.
cousins. Doretha is Bill's first wife.
Right. Doretha. I knew it was somebody.
And it's Peaches and
Peaches
Gregory.
And Gregory. Yeah.
And then one guy, Donald got killed.
Right.
I think it was 4 of them.
There was another girl.
Doretha, Gregory, Rama, and
Doretha.
But Billy wasn't that kid, but Billy was
Billy was Bill.
Billy was what is Billy's mother's name? My goodness gracious. Gina. Yeah. So Bill just I thought Bill had 4 kids. I guess it was just Doretha, Gregory, and Donald.
Yeah, but there was another girl. I don't know if it was Bill's, but her name, she died. What was her name?
I don't remember. If you said the name, it might come to me, but
Peaches.
I can't think of it.
Oh, I can't remember her name either. I'm
trying to think real hard.
Yeah, but there was
Doretha and Evelyn was so close. Somebody would think they were sisters, but they weren't.
So wait a minute. Yeah, Doretha
and Evelyn were
and Evelyn, were close, but Clarice and Doretha were cousins or something, or sisters. I don't know.
Say it again.
Clarice and Doretha, they were cousins or sisters?
No, Evelyn and Doretha, not Clarice. Clarice and Evelyn were not, I wouldn't say enemies, but they weren't friends at all.
I thought Doretha
and Evelyn.
What you said they were close, but
they were cousins.
They were cousins.
But I don't know what you were saying, Clarine.
But Clarice, Tarion's mother.
Clarine, isn't it Clarine? But you saying Clarice. I think it's Clarine.
Maybe it's I was a baby. I don't remember. CLA.
That was kind of throwing me a little bit.
Clarine.
But she and Doretha were cousins, and they grew up like sisters, but they were cousins.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Clarine
and Doretha. Were cousins. And they grew up as sisters, but they were cousins. Two sisters' children.
But you said Evelyn and Doretha.
No. Wait a minute. Don't let me get my mind together. Okay. Doretha and Evelyn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doretha and Evelyn. They the ones that were cousins.
Right.
Clarine was Tarion's mother. They weren't close to her at all.
Right, I understand.
Yeah, they were,
But Clarine.
Enemies.
Yeah, I know. I get you. But I was trying to. But Clarine looked like she could have been related to them. That's why, I maybe she wasn't.
Was a very pretty girl.
She was very pretty.
Very pretty girl.
Yeah, she looked like.
Very pretty girl. Tarion's mother.
Yeah. So, all right. So anyway, you stayed in DC and went to school, and then you moved to Syracuse. But before you left Virginia, did you all ever have any pets or anything in the house? I don't remember any pets, but G was telling me.
Yeah, Rex. We have a dog named Rex.
what kind of dog, was it just a mixed dog?
The Rex Terrier.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
G told me that the dog didn't go to the bathroom outside. The dog would go to the bathroom in the toilet. I was like, G, you telling me a story.
I can't remember that.
He was like, no, that dog was grown. He would go to the
He had a lot
bathroom.
of sense. He had a lot of sense.
That's what G said. The
He
dog
did.
would go to the bathroom.
He was like a person.
I know.
He might have gone to the bathroom, and he could have gone to the bathroom. And I can't remember that, but I would not deny it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was because he had plenty of sense. I was so afraid of dogs. And Daddy got that dog because I used to go a country. If I was going uptown or downtown, if I saw a dog, I would turn around and go around. I was afraid of the dog.
Scared of dogs.
No parts of dogs. But she got little Rex and got a little closer to dogs that way.
Okay.
He was really, really smart dog.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So all right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I guess G might not be. I don't say he would lie about it. He just remembered. I didn't remember him going to the bathroom, and I wouldn't deny it.
Yeah.
He was very smart.
So, Oleg, tell me about living through, the war times and stuff. Did it make it harder? I mean, you had 4 brothers that were gone, and times were probably tough.
It was pretty tough, but Mommy grew her own chickens and vegetables, and we always had plenty of food. And they would pay Daddy sometimes with barrels of flour and rice, and my mother would make rice puddings and out of bread, leftover bread and stuff like that. So we always had plenty of food.
Yeah,
and then you used to have food stamps too, and we used to get food stamps according to the army, so she used to get 4 and 5 books of stamps. You had to get meat and stuff. You had to use your stamps to get meat and things like that. But we had plenty of food. Never short of food.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
And Mama made our clothes. She could make things up with her hands.
She made the clothes.
Skirts and stuff. So we always, and then sister was she was so she was about 14 years old, making suits and things. She was very smart. And so on. Ray fixed our hair. So we people thought we were rich. We weren't rich. We just lived good. and Daddy could do anything.
I know.
It kind of worked. Uh-huh.
Daddy said that y'all were always sharp.
Sharp as a tack. Sharp as a tack. Plenty clothes. And all my life I had number of clothes.
I was like,
Sister sent me boxes of clothes when I was growing up in school. I had 30-some skirts, so I didn't wear the same clothes. I go weeks and wear something different.
He was like, "Yeah, we were sharp, all right."
That's right. That's right.
Okay,
That's right. And Daddy worked with those people that own stores and stuff. So he would pay him. We could go. He would take us in and get anything we wanted.
Wow.
So we always had plenty of clothes.
Wow.
Clothes and food, no problem with us. And Daddy was the only one had a car. And we had. Then many black people have cars.
Yeah.
Dad always said he kept them fixed because he could work on them,
Yeah, so he could fix the car himself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And as soon as he could, Uncle Ernest would get a car too.
Oh yeah, Ernest had a pretty little black car, had Venetian blinds in the window.
Venetian blinds in the window.
In the back of his car was Venetian blinds. The black car shining like new money.
Wow. Yeah. I remember, I don't know, I maybe have seen an old picture of a car with Venetian blinds in the back. That's really funny.
A really cute little black car. He sure had a car. And then, like I said, many black people have cars during the lifetime. Because, I think about it. We were really raised in the Depression almost,
Right.
I was born in 35, and that's when it was really bad.
Right.
But we didn't suffer. Now, the only time we didn't have a lot of things, and Uncle used to send us Christmas stuff because Daddy couldn't work too much in the winter.
Right.
But we always had everything we wanted.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So what were what were some of the holidays that were, I know you guys went to church on Sunday,
Oh, good grace. We went to church many times a day.
but you
Sunday
went to church
school,
for rehearsals and you
yeah,
went to
Sunday
church for
school,
Sunday school.
11 o'clock service, BYPU at 6, night service. We
Wow.
went to church 4 times a day. The Rixes and the Goods. That was the Rixes and the Goods. We were always there. We didn't get good till later. We were always Goods.
I know it.
Goods and the Rixes.
And all I remember about the Ricks is there was a couple of the brothers that the Ricks.
Yeah, John Ricks, Providence,
Yeah.
Annie and Mary and we.
I remember Annie. That's
Annie
the
Ricks.
only
We
name I
were real
remember.
close. Annie and I were real close. Mhm.
Okay, that's the only name I remember. But
And
I
there was
know she
Mary.
had
I
brothers.
played basketball with her sister Mary. Mary
Okay.
Ricks and Annie were close in age. Then there
Okay.
was Sarah Ricks, was close to Vi's age.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah,
Yes,
but I
yeah.
do remember the Rickses. And
Mhm. We were
I don't-
always in church.
yeah, always in church. At the
Mhm.
time, you were still going to Macedonia at that time?
Yeah, Macedonia. Macedonia was on
On Pine,
McBride Street for a while. Then it moved to Pine Street.
Pine Street. So
Mhm.
do you know that we figured out that RP supposedly donated that land so Macedonia could build a church?
Could be. I just don't know nothing about that. Like I
Yeah,
said,
we're
they didn't
gonna
tell the
have to
kids too
figure
much
out.
about things like that.
Right,
You would know that from Ernest talking, probably.
right.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna just I'm not gonna keep you much longer because these questions can get to be tiring. But tell me a little bit about the holidays. So you went to church on Sunday 50,000 times a day, and
Right.
all during the week.
Prayer service,
and
prayer
then
meeting. These kids had to go to
prayer-
prayer meeting. They have moaning bench, you call it.
morning
Had to
bench.
sit on the front seat, and they had to stay there till you feel Jesus. That's when you.
Wow. Goodness gracious.
Robin's laughing. We couldn't. And you had to sit there till you felt it, and then you get up and talk about it.
Yeah.
Say something. But they call it
was-
the moaning.
Was that during prayer service or was that
That's
another
during the
service?
week. Yeah, prayer meeting. We had to go to prayer meeting on Wednesday night.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Church.
And then Saturday night, even though you may go out party a little bit, you had to come home and get ready
You
for
better
church.
get them plans ready for Saturday. You better not put no iron board up on Sunday. You better get that stuff ready Saturday. And you couldn't feel bad and not go to church. If you sick in the morning, you be sick at night. You couldn't go nowhere. So if you was gonna be sick, you was get ready to stay home and sick all day.
That's right.
Some kids I don't feel good to go to church and later on they can go, that didn't work.
Yeah, like, I'm sick
Sick
in the
in the
morning,
morning.
but can I go to the movies in the
No,
afternoon?
the answer was no.
You could not go.
Right there. And sometimes you better get dressed and get to the door. So where you going? And say, I'll be feel better. No, you don't. You sick. Go sit down. Let's get dressed first, then tell us. That was the hurting part about it. She watch you get dressed like you're going somewhere. Where are you going? Nowhere.
The other thing I remember about grandmama is she didn't play when it was raining and thundering outside.
Oh, you got to sit down. You don't do nothing. And God's doing His work. You sit down because she was at the sink one time washing dishes, and she saw a ball of light went around her about 3 times.
Wow.
And like was a warning for her. You don't do nothing, but I'm doing my work. So maybe when it's thunder light, they take a nap.
Wow. So
Mhm.
she's like the lightning came around her 3 times.
Went around like a ball of, just went in a circle
Wow.
around her. Didn't shock or nothing, but it made her be still. And she said after that, another thunder, everything stopped until it was over.
I know because even
Mhm.
when I was a kid, little baby, it
Mhm.
was like lights off
That's right.
and
Everything.
sit on the couch or
And
go
be
lay
quiet.
down and be
And be
couldn't
quiet.
even talk, couldn't
Uh-uh.
cry, couldn't do nothing.
Couldn't
You
do
just
nothing.
sit
that was
right
over.
there.
God is doing His work,
Wow.
and you could do nothing. And He was raised that way. And right now, if it's starting to stop, I turn TVs off and lights right now. I don't like. I just be quiet. Like I was raised that way. It was in me. You don't keep on, if you're up dancing or something, you stop everything.
Right. And on Sunday, I mean, we couldn't play cards.
Oh, no.
At least,
That was,
you
and
know,
everybody eat together.
yeah,
And
you
that's
had
what
to have
they had
Sunday dinner.
had done together.
Yep.
And if you leave home together, you better come back together.
That's right. And you can't leave nobody. If you leave home
Then
with them, you come back with them.
But see, I was smart. I got picked off late and dropped off somewhere, but they had to come get me. So we'd be walking that door together.
That's right. So you all can go back together.
Oh, yeah.
I was getting ready to say, your brothers didn't probably like that when they want to go out and see their girls. They had to take you and Sylvia with them.
But see, but we outsmarted them. They dropped me off where I wanted to go, and they better come back and get me, but not forget me. And Ray used to pay me to say I didn't want to go. You take her with you, and Ray said, "I'll give you a quarter if you say you don't want to go." So, do you want to go? No, ma'am, I don't want to go. I don't feel like it. But she better give me that quarter.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
Too much.
All right. So at Christmas time or Easter time, other than going to church, were there any other kind of like family special things that you did that you could remember, or did you go on vacation somewhere?
Well, she was glad to take us to the beach every Sunday in the summer. The kids would pay 50 cents or something to go to the beach, and the mama would make sandwiches and stuff, and we'd all go to the Ocean Breeze Beach on Sundays. And then all of it, write down the names who was with us and make sure we don't leave nobody, bring back. And we didn't go on vacations too much. We had a place in the country that he used to take us on Sundays, a place we used to go and play in the yards and stuff. And Dad had that was most of the thing. And we used to go to Norfolk. We had an aunt who lived in Norfolk. And we go see Aunt Mary. Do you remember Aunt Catherine? Mary Catherine and Helen and them? We used to go there. And that was our mama's Aunt
Mary was
a sister.
okay.
And she lived in Norfolk. And we said that was our vacation more or less.
Yeah.
We go to Norfolk to see her and stay maybe the weekend or something. And we come back.
What you had some other uncles, but
Uncle Elijah was Marie's daddy.
Yeah.
Uncle Neil was, I don't think they had any kids. They raised Precious. They raised Precious. That wasn't their daughter, but they raised her.
Precious.
You ever heard of Precious?
Remember
that name?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's Uncle Neil and Aunt Mary raised her, but that wasn't their daughter.
Okay. And then
I don't know how she got it.
There was
I don't know how she got it. I don't know how she got in the family, but it might have been one of Aunt Mary's sister's kids or something. She raised Precious. That was Uncle Neil and Aunt Mary. And Uncle Elijah and Aunt Joe. I knew Uncle Bill, but I don't know nothing about his people. That was and there was a Charlie Henry. He was a little magician.
He was a little magician.
A magician. He used to get $1 bill and make $100. I don't know how he did it. I'll tell you the secrets. He'd get $1 from you and he'd be peeling off dollars like 100 from $1. Wow. How he did that. Wow. And Mama said, "Get your thief-ish roguish stuff out of my house." Because he would go to the fair. You'd have a fair every season would be a fair, like Commonwealth and things. He would pick pockets.
Oh no. And he would pick.
He never go to jail though. He was slick with it.
Wow.
He was Mama said, get out, Charlie. Get out for you. Don't be taking nothing out of here.
What about
taking nothing?
What about Cornelius?
Cornelius, that name is familiar with me.
He had a brother named Cornelius.
I don't know no Cornelius. All I know is Uncle Neil, Uncle.
You know his daddy your daddy had 10 brothers and sisters.
Really?
Yeah. And what about, you remember Ophelia?
Ophelia, I heard that name, but I can't.
When Pop
I think that was his sister.
Yeah, because when Pop would get sick, remember after he had a stroke, he would always say, "Come here, Delia. Come here, Delia."
Yeah, Delia. He was talking out his head, right?
But no, he had a sister named Delia.
I know, but he was thinking she was around.
Yes.
She wouldn't be.
No,
he would talk to her.
He was talking to her.
But she was nowhere as we could see. But yeah, he used to do that.
So other than Elijah, Neil, Bill, and Charlie Henry. You don't
It was a
remember?
Walter too. It was a
Huh?
Walter. I
Walter,
think it was the
Uncle
brother
Walter.
Walter.
I remember Uncle Walter. I remember the name.
Yeah, the name Walter,
Uh-huh.
Charlie Henry, Elijah, Neil, and Uncle Bill.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I can't remember 5 of them.
5, and then the other, then he had
Mary
Mary
was his
Magdalene was
sister.
his sister. And he had,
Mary Catherine was Aunt Mary's daughter.
right.
Only
Yeah.
sister I can remember here, like you said, Delia and Mary. I
Yeah.
don't know. He must have other sisters. I can't remember.
Okay.
Do you have any other sisters down there?
I got it listed here. When we finish, I'm put all this together so we can take a look and see what we got. But yeah, but there were 10 of them.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
My mom was going for 14, but she wanted 7 boys and 7 girls, but they kept getting mixed up, so she quit.
She wanted 14 kids.
She wanted 7 boys and 7 girls, but the girls and stuff. She wanted them, but then she never. But it wasn't coming in the order she wanted, so she quit.
Oh my God.
I never said, I'm gonna name this one, you be your last one. That's what she named me. She said, I'm gonna name this one, won't be no more. And really, I was the last one.
Wow. Wow.
But she wanted 14. I don't know where she wanted that for.
I don't
One was enough for me.
Well, I just tell you what, I don't know how you feed 14 kids. I mean,
I'm telling, but like I said, you just pay him with barrels of food. We never want for no food. Mama had about 20 chickens that she's got. They wring the heads of the chickens and put them in the pot and pick the heads of them and had the best of chicken pot pies and stuff. We were short of food. No way.
Wow. And all I remember is when I was little, that she had a tree in the backyard. She had a
walnut tree,
a walnut tree, black walnut tree. But then she would cut the root off one of them trees and make us
That's
tea.
right. Didn't have no cold and stuff. Get all that cold and stuff out of you. She didn't believe in no medicine that much, honey.
No, I know.
And they have leaves. You get the leaves off the trees and boil them.
Yeah.
Boil it and make you drink that.
Yeah.
And then she use that tallow from
that tallow from the
tallow put on your chest. Because Trim, when she was a little girl, she was so stopped up. Because Clarine used to Clarine.
Yeah.
You said Clarine was really her name.
Right.
You could take her out in the grocery store in a basket with no cup, nothing but her little clothes on, no blanket or nothing. And that child was so stuffed up with cold, she could hardly breathe.
Yeah.
And Mama put that towel on her chest, and all that stuff would come out of her.
Yeah.
But she believed in towel,
Yep.
and rub you down in this and that and other.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to figure out more about Grandma Goode's parents, because she had all those old remedies.
That's right.
And stuff. And I was just wondering, how she learned all that stuff. I mean, because Grandma Hawkins didn't seem to be the one that taught her that stuff. Did you think?
She might have, but when we knew, she was already had a stroke. And when she was younger, she might have known all that stuff. Well, but as I knew her, she was an old lady when I knew her,
Yeah.
That time,
she
already had a stroke sitting around,
Yeah, yeah.
But when she was younger, she probably was doing different things.
Wow.
Because Mama used to take onion juice, squeeze it in your ear for earache.
Oh my gosh.
And put onion in get the juice out of the onion and put in your ear. And that get all that wax and stuff out your ear.
Oh my gosh.
So she didn't, excuse me.
Take your time.
Talk about. Let me get a little sip of water, wait a minute.
All right. I'm gonna let you go in a few minutes. We've been on the phone longer than 30 minutes. I didn't mean to hold you.
Oh boy. I was gonna say about the sugar and the
I remember that,
sugar.
the sugar and the kerosene.
And sometimes I cough like I had a cold just to get the sugar. That's why I love sweets right today. Robinson, you get no more sweets. You don't give me sweets and soda. I would eat sweets and put the food. I should say, like I had a cold to get that sugar and kerosene.
Wow. It was straight kerosene. She put a teaspoon of sugar and then she
put drops of kerosene
on it.
And get all that cold out of it.
It's the one that we didn't blow up on
I
Ed.
know it, but, but we didn't have no sickness too much.
No,
That's why I never missed no day of school. I was hard, I was sick, but when I didn't feel good, I act like I felt good because I didn't want to miss a day.
Ed, you know what I remember? I
What?
remember you walking with us down Main Street to the health department so we could get them purple pills.
Yeah.
You remember those? She used those ultraviolet tablets or something that we would take so we wouldn't get worms or something. I don't know, but
I remember something like that.
you took
I
us
do.
down there. We walked. I felt like we walked forever, but it
I
was
know.
at least 2 miles going toward away from downtown. And I remember the lady said, "Now just swallow the pill and don't bite it." And Linda bit into it, and her tongue was purple for a week. Because that dyed the inside of her mouth purple. She had a purple mouth for about a week.
I can't remember that, but I don't doubt it.
Yeah, but you walked with us. I remember that was the first time we spent time with you because you were older, but you were dragging us all.
Oh yeah, and I just remember that rocking you to sleep. Oh, I said, go to sleep. Remember, little baby.
I know.
You call and say, "Can we come?" I said, "No." Mom said, "Who was on that phone?" I said, "Nobody." She said, "Who was it?" I said, "They can call and come. They call them right back and tell them they can come." I said, "Rock y'all to sleep, and you sit on the porch in your little white drawers, little pennies, little underclothes."
Yeah.
And sit on the stoop. Couldn't go off that stoop. Sit out there
Couldn't
play.
leave that stoop, man.
Play.
I mean, you couldn't even get up to walk down the sidewalk. You had to stay on
That's right.
the
But it's just sit on that porch. That's where you sit.
That's right. Wow.
If you then you give you a whip and hit you in the same spot on your hand.
I know, with those branches
and
that
sting.
with the branches that she would braid together from that bark bush.
You had to go out and get your own switch.
Yeah,
come back and go right back and get one. Get what I want. Go and get a little switch now. Go back and get one and hit you in the same spot about 10 times. Their legs will burn for an hour. Oh Lord.
Wow. And the other thing I remember is the flowers in the yard. She had sunflowers, and she
4 o'clock. So remember
4
the
o'clock.
flowers come out at 4.
Yeah,
at 4 o'clock they open up.
I was telling Daddy yesterday. I said, "Daddy, when I was little, I used to ask everybody what time is it, so I could run out to see if the flowers really opened up."
They open up at 4 o'clock. They did too. They opened up on the side of the house.
Wow.
4 o'clock. And then the sweeping the sidewalk on Sundays.
Yeah.
Because the church across the street from us had to go make sure the ground was swept. The sidewalk had to be clean.
Yep.
Because people come to church can't see no paper, nothing.
Couldn't see no paper,
no
dirt, no.
I got to pick up this, sweep the porch, and oh Lord.
I know it. And Daddy said, down the driveway when Grandma would wash clothes or wash dishes, she would take the dishwater or the wash water
and make the ground hard.
And throw it outside to make the ground hard.
Right. And so the dust wouldn't come up. Right.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I said, "Daddy, the soapy water make the ground hard?" He said, "Hard as concrete."
That's right. That's right. You see that dust flying around? Because when she washed it and they bought her washing machine, you think she used it? No. Push that in the corner somewhere. She used that scrub bullet and wash clothes.
In that big in the tin tub.
Tin tub, yes. And they bought a washing machine, she wouldn't use it. Bought her gas stove, she wouldn't use it because she wanted that wood stove.
Yeah.
To cook her bread and stuff with. And they had that fireplace in the front room.
Yeah.
And oil stove in the dining room. It had no heat bill because that's how we kept warm.
I know.
The oil stove and the fireplace and that wood stove in the kitchen.
Wow.
Oh boy. And then had little heaters upstairs in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And the kerosene lamps. Remember the kerosene lamps? Had to clean that globe.
I got
the
kerosene lamps in my house right now. I saved one every time I saw one. I went to the antique store and I was like, "This is what I remember when I was a kid." We used to take a nap, or even at night when she put us to bed, we had a kerosene lamp on the mantle.
Because sleeping
Yeah.
The dark. I
Couldn't
couldn't
sleep in the
stand sleeping in the
dark,
dark. I don't like the
I
dark now.
know. Had to have a kerosene lamp going.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, listen, Egg, this has been awesome. I have really
I
enjoyed
enjoyed it
listening
too,
to your
Connie.
stories. Well, we got some more to do. So save the same time for me next Sunday afternoon. We're gonna talk about, grown-up stuff.
Okay.
Like, Syracuse and Aunt Vi
Okay.
and Daddy and all the stuff that we did. And I want to also fill in some holes about Uncle Rufus too, because Uncle Rufus, he was like the first one to get to New York. I mean, Daddy bypassed New York and went all the way to Syracuse. I was like, why did you go where your brother was?
He went to Syracuse to build a church. It was a church.
Yeah, he was going up there to lay brick. That's why
he and Joe
I
Littleton.
got could.
Yep.
He and Joe.
It's a
So,
white
good.
church. They built that church.
Wow.
Mhm.
Well, we're gonna
That's how
talk
he
more
went to
about that
Syracuse.
next week. And
Okay.
so just get your brain moving
Okay.
and thinking about all those good times. And
All
we'll
righty.
talk to you then, okay?
Okay, baby. Nice talking to you.
Nice to talk to you too.
And you look so
And
pretty
thank
with your gray hair.
Listen, this
Very
hair
pretty.
is long. I just got it all got it down because I don't want to deal with it.
I know
So
what you mean.
this is the
Look
best
good.
I can do for right now.
Okay, baby.
All right. So Robin, thank you so much for your headphones and all the stuff you did. We'll be back same time, same bat channel next Sunday.
You said next
Okay.
Sunday. Okay. Take it easy,
All
sweetie.
right.
Okay,
All
bye-bye.
right. Take care. Bye, Egg.
Okay, sweetheart.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.